Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of March 13, 2025. I'm your host, Sharifa Mohammed M.G.T.
I'm Colonel A.C. Ogontoya, an infantry officer. Ongoing military operation. The Russian armed forces are continuing their special military operation across multiple regions, primarily focusing on the Kharkov and Donetsk areas within Ukraine and defensive actions in the Kursk region against Ukrainian advances.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, your trusted source for the latest developments on security and defense operations involving military forces. I'm your host, and today we have an exclusive interview with Colonel A.C. Ogontoya, who will provide insights into the progress of the special military operation as of March 13, 2025. Colonel Ogontoya, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's begin with the situation in the Kharkov region. What are the key developments there?
In the Kharkov direction, our North Group of forces successfully inflicted significant losses on the Ukrainian mechanized and motorized infantry brigades near the settlements of Kazakya Lopan and Volchansk. Ukrainian forces lost up to 35 personnel, along with a tank, 5 vehicles, 2 artillery pieces, and an electronic warfare station. Additionally, one of their ammunition depots was destroyed, which will disrupt their logistical support in this sector.
How is this affecting Ukrainian defense in the region?
The loss of equipment and personnel weakens their ability to sustain prolonged engagements. Our forces continue to hold a strong tactical position, denying them opportunities to regroup effectively.
What about operations conducted by the West Group of Forces?
The West Group of Forces improved its tactical position and successfully targeted mechanized and assault brigades, as well as a territorial defense brigade, in the settlements of Kopanki and Novoye-Gorovka in Kharkov and Rydkadub in the Donetsk People's Republic. More than 220 Ukrainian servicemen were neutralized, and we destroyed 4 U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carriers, 3 vehicles, 4 artillery pieces, 2 electronic warfare stations, and 2 ammunition depots.
It sounds like the pressure on Ukrainian forces is intensifying. Can you share what's happening in the southern sector?
The southern group of forces has taken up more advantageous lines and positions. Our forces successfully defeated formations from 4 Ukrainian mechanized, infantry, and assault brigades, as well as a regiment specializing in unmanned aerial systems. This took place across key locations, including Alexandropol, Alexandro-Kalinovo, Verolyubovka, Konstantinovka, Alexeyevo-Druzhkovka, and Krimskoye in the Donetsk People's Republic. Ukrainian forces suffered over 225 personnel losses, and we took out 2 armored vehicles, including another U.S.-made M113, 2 civilian transport vehicles, and a field artillery gun. Additionally, we neutralized 2 of their ammunition depots.
What do these territorial gains mean for the broader strategy?
Holding these positions allows us to control key supply routes and strategic points. It also limits Ukrainian movement in the region, making it harder for them to reinforce their frontline positions.
Let's talk about the Central Group of Forces. I understand they made significant progress?
Yes, the Central Group of Forces continued advancing into the depths of the enemy's defenses. Ukrainian formations, including mechanized, ranger, assault brigades, a brigade of unmanned systems, a Marine brigade, and 2 National Guard brigades, were decisively engaged. This took place across Dmitrov, Novopavlovka, Krasnoarmeysk, Shevchenko, Sribnoy, Yudaknoy, Ulyanovka, Myrolyubovka, and Uspanovka in the Donetsk People's Republic. Ukrainian losses exceeded 475 servicemen, and we neutralized 5 armored combat vehicles, including a U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carrier and a UK-made Spartan armored personnel carrier. 7 vehicles, 2 artillery pieces, and an electronic warfare station were also taken out.
Are Ukrainian forces managing to put up strong resistance in these sectors?
Resistance varies. While some Ukrainian units attempt to hold their ground, Many are suffering from disorganization due to losses in command structures and logistical breakdowns. Their ability to counterattack effectively is significantly reduced.
Moving east, what are the latest updates from the East Group of Forces?
The East Group conducted successful active operations, defeating Ukrainian infantry brigades, an assault regiment, and 2 territorial defense brigades in Otradnoye, Bogodar, Fedorovka, and Konstantinopol in the Donetsk region. The enemy lost more than 180 servicemen, a tank, 4 armored combat vehicles, 3 civilian transport vehicles, and 4 artillery guns. Among these were 2 155mm self-propelled artillery units, including the French-made Bogdana.
And what's the situation with the DNEPR group of forces?
The Dnipro Group inflicted heavy losses on Ukrainian forces in the Kherson and Zaporizhia regions, specifically in Nikolskoye, Burgunka, Tyazhinka, and Pavlovka. Ukrainian forces lost up to 55 servicemen, 8 vehicles, and an electronic warfare station.
How have air and missile strikes supported ground operations?
Our operational tactical aviation, missile troops, and artillery forces struck Ukrainian military facilities, including airfield infrastructure and a UAV production and storage facility. We targeted concentrations of manpower and equipment in 158 districts. Additionally, our air defense systems neutralized 4 JDAM-guided bombs, 2 U.S.-made HIMARS rockets, and 147 Ukrainian UAVs.
That's a substantial number of drones. What impact is this having on Ukrainian operations?
The destruction of their UAVs is critical. Drones play a major role in reconnaissance and strike coordination, and by eliminating them, we significantly disrupt their ability to track our movements and conduct precision strikes.
Finally, let's discuss the situation in the Kursk region. What's the latest?
Russian forces have successfully repelled Ukrainian incursions and continue offensive operations. The North Group of Forces liberated Melovoy, Podol, and Sudza, pushing Ukrainian forces back. Our units defeated 2 mechanized brigades, motorized infantry, airborne assault units, 2 territorial defense brigades, and an assault regiment in Gogolevka, Goncharovka, Gavo, Zayaloshenka, Zapsali, Oleshnya, Rubenshkina, and Sudza. Over the past 24 hours, Ukrainian forces lost more than 340 servicemen, along with 2 infantry fighting vehicles, 3 armored personnel carriers, 5 combat vehicles, 17 civilian transport vehicles, 4 artillery pieces, 2 mortars, and 2 UAV control centers.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you. It's important for people to understand the progress and realities of this operation. The operation will continue with sustained pressure on Ukrainian positions. We are advancing strategically, neutralizing key targets, and maintaining control over captured areas. The goal remains to degrade their military capabilities while securing Russian positions.